Welcome back. In this video, we will learn how to use the average function in Excel to calculate averages quickly and accurately. I'll show you simple examples and real world use cases so you can apply it immediately.
Don't forget to subscribe now and press the bell icon for more videos.
Here in this data, you can see that we have the student name, their marks in math, English, and the science subject, and we want to calculate the average. And the basic concept of the average, is the addition of the marks of all the subject divided by the number of subject. So in this case, the average can be calculated first by adding the marks of all the subjects and then divide them on the number 3 because there are total 3 subjects. So here for calculating average, I'll write equal, and I can manually add the numbers like 78 plus 85 plus 82. I have to keep this in parentheses so that first it adds and then I'll divide it on 3 and then hit enter to calculate the average. So this is the manual way of calculating the average. But in Excel, we can do this in another way by using the sum function also. For this purpose, instead of just writing the numbers, we can use the sum function. So for this purpose, again, I will write equal and then I will write sum and then open parenthesis. Next, I need to write the numbers, so I can manually write the numbers, or I can provide the references of the cells, or I can select the entire range. In this case, I'm going to select the range. After this, I'll close the parenthesis and then divide it on the number 3, and again I got the same average. So this was the second method, but Excel has simplified all this in the average function. So we don't need to calculate the sum in a separate way and then divide it on the number. It do all of this calculation in a simple single function that is called the average function. So for applying it, I need to write equal average, and in the syntax you can see that like the sum function, we need to provide the numbers for which we want to calculate the average. So again, like the sum function, we can write the numbers manually, or we can provide the references of the cell, or we can select the range. So I'm selecting the range. After selecting the range, I just need to close the parenthesis and hit enter. So you see we get the average marks of the first student. So what about if we want to calculate the average marks for the second student? Do we need to write the function again, or there is a simple way? So we don't need to write the function again and again. We just go to the first calculation and we will move our cursor to the bottom right corner, and when it changes to this plus sign, we just need to drag it down, or we can double click it. So when I will drag it, it will automatically fill the numbers for me. So if I go to the second student, you can see that in the function, the cell range is changed from B2 to B3. And if I move to the next row, the row numbers have automatically changed for all the calculations. So this is the beauty of the Excel, that it can do calculation in a simple way. Now what about if we have the empty spaces in between the number? For example, if I delete the English mark for the first student, you see again I'm getting the average, but this time average is calculated on the basis of the marks of the two subjects. So we don't need to worry if there is an empty space or if there is any text in between the numbers. This function automatically ignores the empty cells as well as the text if it comes in the range of this function. That's it for this tutorial. If you found it helpful, like the video and subscribe for more lessons from our Microsoft Excel function series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.